Stop giving people VIP access who treat you like general admission. Let's talk about it next on the Giving a Purpose podcast. Welcome to the Giving a Purpose podcast, where we bridge the highs, the lows, the lessons learned through life's journey, and filling in the gap. You already know what it is. New episode, new week. Thank you guys, like you do every week, for tuning in. Listen, do what you need to do, man. Share this podcast, hit that subscribe button. Let somebody know that you're enjoying and you're getting good quality content every single week. So I want to talk to everyone about just knowing your worth. All right. I've been in many situations where, this is for me, and I know the worth and I know what I bring. Listen, if we're together, or if I'm in a relationship, or if I'm doing something important with my job or doing something like that, I'm going to give priority type of vibes. If we're in a relationship, you come first. When I'm doing what I'm doing at my job, it's going to come first. When I'm with my family, it's going to come first. That's the type of energy I'm giving off, right? So I kind of want to talk to you guys this week about, like I said, just knowing your worth. Stop putting yourself in a position where you're begging to be priority. Something that I've always had to deal with, especially with jobs. Like, I was in a place, and just not even with jobs, just different things. It's just like, how come I wasn't thought of first? Like, I work hard, I show up on time, I do what I need to do. But then I had to recognize my worth. I am a good person. I am a good worker. But I got to understand that in this time, I have to put myself as the priority, because obviously you're not. I've been in relationships. Like I said, I give off the energy. You are the priority. But you know what I'm not going to do? I'm not going to beg to be the priority, because I know my worth, right? I had to get to a place where I had to stop romanticizing your inconsistency. Whether in relationship, whether it's at the job, whatever the case may be, right? Stop, and for my sports people, because I'm a sports person, as you see, I got my stuff on today. Stop giving championship effort to bench player energy, all right? I learned this from a mentor one day, and he would say it all the time. It's not equal giving, it's equal sacrifice. Let me say that one more time. It's not equal giving, it's equal sacrifice. So whether it's your working relationship, whether it's a romantic relationship, friendship, whatever the case may be, it's not equal giving, it's equal sacrifice. Like, we don't have to do tit for tat and different things like that. But the effort and the sacrifice should be the same. And we should be able to feel it, right? I want to be able to feel like you, or whatever the case may be, you, the job, you, the person, are giving me back the investment that I'm putting in as well. And some people will look at me crazy or may not agree with some of the stuff that I'm saying, but there's nothing that you do that you don't expect something from, right? You go to a store, you expect, let's say you go to the grocery store, you expect quality goods. You pay your money, you want in return quality goods, right? When you're in a friendship, no, it's not going to be, I mean, we're all adults now. Friendships are a little different as you get older and you're an adulting in life. No, not every time a person can drop what they're doing because some people have families and different things like that. But there should be still some type of some effort, or when we do link up, it's just like we never left off type of thing. Because like I said, you understand that we as we get older, relationships and friendships and things get better, and you have to understand the adult life of the other person. We just have to make sure that we're doing right by each other, whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a person, right? One person carrying the emotional refrigerator on their back while the other person is carrying a Capri Sun. Like, you ever been in something and you're just carrying all this, or you may be walking on eggshells to please them, but you don't get that in return. We have to get out of a place where we stop confusing potential with priority, right? Listen, we've had these times. Either your boss, you're in a relationship, they're busy, or even in a relationship, they're always in place. I'm healing. I'm trying to figure things out. I just been going through a lot. I got you. But let me let you in on a little nugget, especially for men, right? Men always want to feel needed, whatever it is. Like, if he's really into you, he'll listen. He's also going to want to try to find a solution. Now, in that communication, you may let him know you may not want a solution and different things like that. But in the times where you're busy, or you're healing, or you're trying to figure things out, or you're going through a lot, that shouldn't create space. It should actually help you get closer, because you're busy. What can I do to take a load off? You're healing. What can I do to help you heal? You trying to figure things out, or is there some advice that you want to take, or that I can give? Can I shine some light? Maybe it's a situation that I've been through, or I've had a family member I've seen gone through, or I've had gone through in either a relationship, the job, or different things like that. And you've been through a lot. We all have. But how can we create something to make this better, so you at this time don't feel like you're going through it alone? If everything that you're going through is pushing you away, yeah, life be lifing, adulting be adulting. But if that is creating space between us, then I'm not the priority. Listen, I like somebody who I'm the first thing that they think about when they wake up. There's a lot of things you could be doing. Don't worry about if it bothers me. If we're really together and we're in sync and we're doing things, don't worry about if you woke me or if you're bothering me. Because it's you, we're going to make it happen, right? Because we got to make sure, like I said before, everything isn't always tit for tat, right? Reciprocity is not necessarily 50%, because relationships aren't mathematically equal all the time. In some instances with relationships, one person may have more money. One person may have more emotional capacity. One person may have more time. One person could be struggling mentally, one person couldn't. But equal giving isn't always possible. But like I said, equal sacrifice is. Let's figure it out. Let's work together. Right? Two are better than one. All right. I think Ecclesiastes 4:9, it says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. All right. We got to understand whether it's a job, whether it's a friendship, whether it's a relationship. Relationship is a partnership, not emotional slavery. What you shouldn't feel ever when you're in a relationship, you shouldn't feel alone when you're with somebody. At a job, you shouldn't feel alone if you're on a team. You guys are supposed to be bringing your gifts and things together for an idea of whatever the job may be. You shouldn't feel alone. You should feel included. You should feel that what you're bringing to the table, it counts. Right? It counts. I learned through life that sometimes just giving attention is cheap, but being intentional is expensive, right? Some people know how to text, some people know how to flirt, some people know how to keep access to you, but intentionally, that costs maturity. Consistency, emotional accountability, reassurance, effort, your presence, choosing somebody daily cost you a maturity or a mature level, right? For you to wake up and be consistent, whether it's a good morning, you being accountable for the things that you're being emotionally accountable, all right? Being intentional with something and just reassuring and bringing forth that effort and being present, right? Choosing someone daily, choosing to, when you get to work, like that's what your focus is. Leaving whatever the task may be at your job better than it was the day before, or better than whatever the case may be before. Choosing and doing stuff like that, being consistent at your job, showing effort, being present, it's going to cost you maturity level, because you have to be mature to handle all those things. You have to be consistent. You have to make a daily decision that this is what's going to happen and this needs to happen. And it's something that we talked about before. You have to sometimes show people how to treat you. One thing for me that doesn't work for me, it doesn't matter what situation, friendship, job, relationship, inconsistency, right? Consistency is so sexy to me, right? Consistency, it just builds momentum. I just enjoy it, right? One thing I don't like in a relationship, because I'm not going to give you, let's not do bare minimum. All right? Let's not do confusion. Let's not do one-sided effort. If it's not what you want, say that. I'd rather my feelings be hurt than you draining me with your inconsistency and your bare minimum and you being confusing and everything being one-sided. Right? We can't train people to not meet those standards, if that makes sense, right? We're not asking, listen, we are not asking any, like I said, at the job, with a person, friendship, we're not asking for perfection, but we are asking for is partnership, right? Always have good communication. Always, even at the job, friendship, always be mature enough. If you're wrong, take accountability. It's all right to apologize. Sometimes we have to realize in relationships, at the job, you have to be open for adjustments, right? Because if you're not flexible like that, if you're not ready to pivot and adjust and do those things can get emotionally exhausting, right? We should be feeding each other. That's how we'll grow. Sometimes you may need some extra water. Sometimes you may need some extra food to help you grow. Sometimes you may need that time to just be out in the sunlight. But that's the learning part of the dating part of each other. Or being at work, that's the learning about being in a partnership. All right, I know that person is good at that. I know this person is good at that. All right. When it's time for that part, let them shine. Or maybe, you know what I'm saying, you may be in a leadership position at your job. All right, let me send you to some classes. Let me send you to some professional development. So with you learning, now that help makes the team stronger. You see how I'm feeding you even at work? You see how I'm trying to help you to become better so now that we can become better? Not that I need you to be perfect. You're going to make mistakes. We're all going to make mistakes. We're going to take risks just to see if it works. That's why I said it's not perfection, right? We just want partnership. All right? But you also got to realize that we deserve reciprocity. We deserve for things to be intentional. We deserve effort that matches energy that we give off. Sometimes we're not hard to love. We just need the maturity and something to be intentional. And like I said, for the job type of situations, you just want them to know that your work is not in vain, that you out here trying. And that, all right, if I need help, get me the help. Let's figure out how to make this partnership and how to make this grow. All right, listen, you guys have stuck in with me today and I appreciate you. So don't forget, hit that subscribe button, share this with somebody, and do the two most important things I've always asked you to do. Make sure you live on purpose and make sure you live in purpose. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
You've been listening to the Giving a Purpose podcast. We hope you've enjoyed the show. Be sure to subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or Google Play to get new, fresh weekly episodes. For more, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.